baby.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another installment of the All Over Podcast. It is your favorites, who your boy Storm and your boy Zion. We
What
back
up?
at
What up?
it.
What up?
How you feeling tonight, brother?
You know how I'm feeling.
Nah, that's a fact.
Me and Nora just had like a crazy conversation for an hour. It's just the two of us just talking, discussing.
Right.
So we trying to settle down, get us back in a nice chill mood to
Yes, sir.
be happy with y'all. How you feeling, man?
You
What's
know,
today? Thursday?
yeah.
Thursday? How your week been going?
My week has actually been pretty good, man, for the most part, you know. Y'all, I'm very excited. I just got an electric guitar today. Y'all know how much I love
Yes,
music.
sir.
Yes, sir, man. So, today is going to be a little different, man. We're going to do this episode a little different. And I think that this is a very, very needed episode for sure. So,
Yeah. So we all here at the All Over Podcast. Me and Nora, I sound all official. Y'all family. Y'all know All Over Podcast. We family. We trying to cultivate a community where
Mhm.
y'all feel safe to interact with us and we
Right.
get to know y'all. And in order to do that, y'all need to know us. It just occurred to me for some reason that we never really did a get to know us
Yeah.
episode or segment. We
Right.
just hopped in. It was
Yeah, we were just
talking
like,
about
let's
stuff.
hop into it. You know what I'm saying? So, today we just gonna pretty much be talking about ourselves, telling you guys a little bit about ourselves. I know we've done that for like the first episode, but we didn't really get into depth.
That's what I'm saying. Like even we however many 8-9 episodes in, and so in previous episodes we drop little tidbits about ourselves and
Right,
personal information and whatnot. But this episode is gonna be solely designated to y'all getting to know us and who we are and what we are, what we stand for, and whatnot.
Facts.
So we look, this gonna be raw, uncut. So what's said is said, and it's just who we are. So Norm, we gonna start off with you. Don't tell us about yourself and don't give us we in a room full of people and it's like, oh, Norman, tell us about yourself. Be real. Who is
Right.
Norm?
Let's talk about it. All right, man. So, I feel like I feel like I have two versions of myself. I feel like there's Norman or Norm or whatever y'all want to call me, and then I feel like there's Storm. I feel like Norman is just like Norman. You know what I'm saying? Normal. I feel like Storm is my more the alternate version of me, like the artsy, type, the musical type, the type that likes to explore and be adventurous. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I do think I have an alter ego. I do think I like to use my alter ego a little bit more than me being regular. You know what I'm saying? Like um, I don't really know what Norman is, and I don't think that I figured that out yet. I think I really, really, really know what Storm is, and I think that Storm has been occurring ever since I was a kid, because I've always been artsy and I've always been like this very, very strategic person when it comes
Right.
to the crafts and the things that I like to do, even with meditation and cooking and things of that nature. I just feel like it's always been Storm, but I've never really been able to figure out who Norman was, which is why I really go by Storm nowadays. So
I can sort of identify, for lack of a better word, with how you feel because at a certain point in time I didn't know who Zion was.
Right.
And this is recent, but and I'm not gonna say in a day I figured it out, but recently I just sat back and took some time. I was in my bedroom and I was just really trying to figure out who am I.
Right.
And like I said, it's not something you can figure out in a day or so because we 19, 20. So who we were 2 years ago is not who we gonna be in the next.
Facts. We still trying to figure it out.
Right, because we coming into young
So
adulthood.
young.
But it's I'm fine. I've really sat back and figured out who I am, and it's I'm a chill, laid back person.
Right.
I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. Recently, I've really been thinking about what I do and don't like about anything, about life, about people, about places I go, about anything. I'm just figuring out who I am, and I think that's anybody in this young adult space, 18 to 25, or they say I think somebody told me young adult is 18 to 30. So I don't know how true that is, but I think by 30 you an adult.
Nah,
But
for real.
I think it's important. Anybody really, especially teenagers, but teenagers and young adults, is really important to sit down, tune the world out, put on some soft music, scratch that. Don't put
or
on no
figure
music.
out what it is that you like to do, like whether
Yeah,
it's
and really
drawing
figure
or
out who you are and what
yeah.
you are.
I don't matter of fact, maybe I should switch up what I said. Maybe there's not an alternate version of me. I do feel like there is an alternate version of me. As a matter of fact, I know there is, but I guess you can really mesh Storm and Norman together. I think I don't know. I really think you can just mesh those two together. I don't really necessarily want to say I don't know who I am because some part of me I really do know who I am. Like I dress how I want to dress. I do what
Yeah,
I want to do. I am who I am. Um,
King
so I don't
Von.
want to necessarily say I don't have it all figured out, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm young. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. So maybe, even me saying this might not be as clear as to y'all as what I'm trying to explain. But
Yeah, and then think about, like I said, and I'm gonna keep reiterating, because we are young adults. Who we are today may not even who we are today may not be who we are even a month from now.
right, right,
Because
things can change.
people change, the world changes, and sometimes you have to adapt with the world. Not
In
all
the
the time,
blink of
because
an
you don't
eye.
want to lose yourself
Yeah.
within what's going on in the exterior. But
Right.
sometimes you do
Right.
have to adapt to what's going on in the world.
Yeah, and that can happen in a week's time span. That can happen in a day time span. That can happen in a blink of an eye.
Hmm.
A lot of people change because of traumatic experiences. A lot of people change because of good experiences. Me personally, I've really had to lately. I've really had to become a more mature person because of the fact that I'm literally a certified youth advocate. I have to set a good example for the youth. So
Right.
I've really had to buckle down on just being mature and being about what I'm about. And for me, that's a blessing, man, because I've always wanted to be the type to help out kids. Which is another part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? And this wasn't necessarily, just something that I wanted to do ever since I was young. There was things that happened in between that. Like I said, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm gonna get a little personal with y'all. I had a best friend. Her name was Ria. And I lost her, and I really, 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 that it hit me. And to see that she was so young and that she committed suicide, it was just like, man, I don't ever want to, have to feel that pain again. And that's when I really buckled down on writing music. That's when I really buckled down on wanting to, help the youth. And that's when I really buckled down on elucidating to myself that this is what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying, man? So it's just like, like you said, there are things and there are things in your life that are going to occur that are going to change the person that you are. So you're never always going to be the same person,
Exactly.
for sure. So I definitely feel what you mean by that.
So let's Okay, well, I'm gonna start with me first. I'm gonna take it all the way back, and I was,
Hmm.
I was gonna ask you, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Because I want to talk about, like, I really want to, like, paint a picture for them so they know who we are. So
Right.
I'll say what we both said in the past. We born and raised Buffalo, New York. We both come from. Said it in the episode about Little Roses. We heard east side of Buffalo. This is the poor side of town. This is the hood. Um, Growing up, So I'll start, like, growing up. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I think at one point I had, like, a fascination with the law. So at one point I wanted to be a cop. Then I was gonna be a judge. Then I was gonna be a lawyer. And then, like every kid, at some point I was gonna be the president one time. Um I never really settled on, to be completely honest with you, within the past couple months is when I settled on what I want to be, and that's some type of content creator and media mogul.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
talking like Diddy, Jay-Z level, but like with media. I'm not a rapper. Like, I found it's crazy because I used to be so upset with myself that, like, all through high school and like eighth grade is when people really start to talk about, oh, what do you want to be?
Hmm.
Oh, you got all of high school. Then they tell you freshman and sophomore year, oh, well, you got your junior year, senior year to figure out what you want to be.
Yeah.
And
It
I'll
should
be
never be
honest,
that
senior
that
year of
way.
high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I hopped into school in a business degree because, like, I want to be a business owner because, the way the world is trending, I think everybody should consider the idea of being their own boss, even if it's not your full time thing, even if it's just a second income or a side hustle. I think everybody should become their own
Yeah.
boss. So I hopped into a business degree, business admin, just to know how to run a business. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not happy with my degree, but knowing that, like, I fell in love with podcasting, I low key think that I may try and pursue a communications degree after this.
I feel that.
Yeah. But so I don't even know how I got to that. But anyway, yeah, when I was a kid, I wanted to be many different things. Never knew what I wanted until, like I said, within a month. Um, and the thing is, I used to always try different things as a kid. I was never the sportsy kid. Like I played basketball for a minute at the community center. We would have our games and stuff. I dipped my toe in football. And was like, I don't like that. Um, Music was my thing.
Mm,
I think my parents are very musical, especially my dad. I think my dad was trying to be
for
like,
sure.
I think my
Definitely.
dad was trying to be Joe Jackson or something because I played the piano. He had my sister in guitar.
Yeah.
My brother David allegedly plays the drums. I ain't never seen this nigga on a drum set, but he said he played drums. Daryl Daryl raps with Benny the Butcher.
Yeah. Sure. Nah,
Oh my gosh.
but
If you know, you know. It's an inside joke. But yeah, I played piano. I uh I played a trumpet and I played a trombone as well. And I played it. So I really wanted to play the saxophone.
mm,
And
that's dope.
in fifth or sixth grade, when I picked up the second instrument, I had a choice. It was like trumpet, piano, or no, not piano, trumpet, saxophone, flute, horns and brass instruments and things like that, and
Yeah.
winds. So I wanted to do saxophone. Well, the saxophone cost too much to rent and to buy, and so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I went
Hmm.
home to my mom, and I don't remember how that conversation went, but however it went, I guess I don't even think I even brought up to him. I think I just assumed that the saxophone was too much, so I said trumpet. Okay, played trumpet for up until 10th grade, and I'm not gonna say I wasn't happy with the trumpet, but deep down inside, every time I played the trumpet, I wish I was playing the saxophone.
Mm,
So 10th grade rolls around, and the trumpet section of my school is full, but it's only like I think one trombone. We only had one trombone person. So my band teacher's like, "Look, Zion, I really need like a few more trombones. I'll waive the rental fee and everything. I just need you to play the trombone." So I was like, "Okay, it's an opportunity to learn a new instrument." So that was how I learned to play the trombone. But
mm,
like I said, I might get a communications degree one day. I'll probably, while I'm still young, I should probably go spin the block and try and learn the saxophone or something too while I'm
spin the
at
block.
it. How about you? Let's talk about you growing up and
It's a
whatnot.
good question, man. So, when I was younger, a lot of people don't really notice about me, and I don't really speak on it as much. But I really wanted to be a firefighter. I did. I thought that the idea of it was just intriguing, like fighting fires, going at houses, and saving people. It was really, really inspiring to me. And I don't remember what the show was called, but it was a little kid show, and they were like firefighters, and it was like a cartoon show, and I just thought it was really dope and intriguing. So there Halloween time would roll around, and my mom gave me this big costume. It was like a huge costume, and um, I was like my legs were like in the middle of the costume, but like I was basically a fire truck. But I was the man sitting in the
Oh, right,
front.
right, right. Oh,
I
yeah,
was the man
yeah.
sitting in the front, and I don't know if my mom got any pictures of that, but if she do, that would be dope. So yeah, I really, really wanted to be a firefighter. Around fourth, fifth grade, maybe. Yeah, around fourth and fifth grade. That's when I really like I had my head set on, wanting to be a basketball player. Um, I had one of my boys living next door. Well, his grandmother lived next door. Shout out to my boy Cameron, aka Nunu. If you watching this and you watching it, I appreciate you, bro. But it was me, it was him, it was Tiger, and my boy Brandon, my boy Jalen, and we would all just ball in her backyard, Miss Mary backyard. That's like my grandma too. But so at one point in time, my head was really just set on that from like fifth to ninth grade. I would say like my head was really set on, wanting to be a basketball player. But somewhere in between that, this is what a lot of people don't know about me as well. My mom, she found out that I could sing really good one day. I was going around, I was singing this song called Keisha by Jawan Harris. And, this is an infamous story. A lot of people know this about me, well, my inner family, and I really, really, really fell in love with this song. So I would sing it. I would ask my mom for her phone. I would go to my Uncle Wesley house. He had this computer. I would look up the song and, I would just sing it. And one day my mom got home from work and she just heard me singing the song. So she was like, oh, he has a beautiful voice. So I'm guessing my mom wanted to pursue that. And, I can't thank her enough because, now I really like music. But she signed me up for vocal lessons, and me being so invested in basketball, I used to be so tight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like my
Yeah.
mom, she even signed Janaya up for piano lessons because she wanted us to be like this duo group. My dad would call us Joe No Love, Janaya Norman, Joe No.
Hmm.
And she signed Janaya up for the piano lessons. Janaya opted out. She didn't want to do it, but I kept going on with it. I would do the little shows, even though I used to be so tight because I would miss out on playing basketball with my homies. So it would just be upsetting. And you know, time goes on and I got done with the vocal lessons and then it was time to apply for high school. I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think my first pick was Emerson because at the time I really did like to cook and I still do like to cook. And so, my first choice of, high school was Emerson, which is a culinary school for you guys that don't know. So, it was a cooking school. My second choice, my mom wanted me to do it. I don't know why I listened to her. I should have just picked my own. But again, I do thank my mom. She told me to put down performing arts. So I did that. And I don't even remember the other schools. I think it was like City Honors, Hush Tech, all the other stuff. But
Hmm.
you know, I got accepted into performing arts. No other schools accepted me, but performing arts. So I was just like, man, maybe it's destined. Even though I didn't really want to do music like that. But yeah, so I started going to performing arts now around ninth grade. I really did not like the school. I didn't want to go to the school. I really wanted to transfer, but I was just like, you know what, man, it is what it is. I done already made friends here. I might as well just stick with it. So, you know, time goes on, and I'm a senior, and I done learned so much stuff with music, man. I done learned, just all of this stuff about music, and I just fell in love with the idea of it. So around my sophomore year, I started to write. Around my junior year, I started to take it serious and I started to release it. And ever since then, I've always just wanted to be a musical artist. The thought of it is inspiring. I've really gotten into different genres. I've really gotten into different artists. You know what I'm saying? And Zion to tell you, all me and him do is listen to music and talk about artists and things of that nature, man. So yeah, definitely music. And like I said, there were things and there were factors that played into that on why I wanted to be a musical artist. It's definitely not just for showing off my talent and showing people what I have to offer, but it's also for inspiring the youth and showing people that I want to do this because I want to make an impact as far as the youth go, and not even only the youth. If I can advocate for people of all ages, I think that would be amazing as well, and that's really my goal, and that's what I'm trying to do. So, even with me being a youth advocate, I'm trying to be a youth advocate through my music as well. So, I guess those are really my professions. So that's what I want to do.
That was dope. I like how you said that. So
So,
we talked about the past. Now we gonna be all over the place. We may bounce from the past. We gonna might talk about the future. Then we might come to the present. We might
mhm,
so we gonna go. So what do you want out of life? And like think so referencing the future. What do you want out of life?
good question. Man, what I really want, honestly, man, I don't even. I don't like the fact that people say I don't want to be famous. I think I want to be famous, but I think
Hmm.
I want to be famous for the right
Right
reasons.
reason.
I want to be famous to a point where I have a respect under my name. Like when people think of Storm, they think of like, oh man, he's such an amazing talent. He's so inspiring. Um, that's what I want to be known for. I don't even think it's a matter of being famous. I just think I want to be really known for like, a positive reason, if that makes sense. So it's not even about me being famous. I really want to make sure like my family is straight. So yeah, of course I want to be financially set. And I just think I want to be all around. I want to own my own restaurant. So as far as the future go, there's a lot of things that I want. Even this podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
There's so many things in this life that I want as far as the future goes, and it's not even a need. Well, it is a need. I figured that I want this to be a necessity. This is a necessity of mine. I need these things to happen so that I'm able to feel like I've achieved or fulfilled what I wanted to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? So personally, I have a definition of life. I have an album called Life, and the meaning of life to me is learn immensely in order to fulfill everything. Learn immensely, fulfill everything. That is my initial meaning of the
I
definition that I
never
put
knew
on
that.
life.
I
Yes,
saw
sir.
I saw like the periods on the album,
Yeah.
so I never knew the acronym
Yeah.
though.
Yes, sir. So that's definitely my
Say that again.
learn immensely, fulfill everything. So learn immensely in order to fulfill everything. Attain all the information that you can in order to fulfill everything that you want in life.
That's
And that's
that's
always
that's
been
dope.
my
That's what I've been doing. It's funny that you say that because I've realized what I've always wanted out of life was to be. I'll say it. I'll say I wanted to be rich. I want to be rich and famous. I'm a speaker. I'm going to be
Facts.
rich and famous,
Facts.
like you said, for the right reason though.
Right.
And I'm not saying I want to be rich just because I just want to buy fast cars, big houses, and islands and jets and all that. I'm gonna do that.
Of
I'm the
course.
person that be on YouTube looking at the car review for the 2022
Yeah.
Lamborghini.
Facts.
On
Yes,
Zillow
sir.
looking at $1 million houses. But to me, it's more than that because it's like for the past couple years, I'll say since like 2019, my
Hmm.
prayer has been. I'm gonna get real personal with y'all. Like my prayer when I pray to God, morning, day, and night, it's like I want to be so wealthy that I'm able to assist others from my overflow, and I'm able to bless people off of my blessing. I want to be able to like if I'm walking down the street and I see somebody crying like, "Oh, what's wrong? Oh, my house burned down and my son's tuition payment is due," and I just cut him a check for like 25,000.
Right.
That's what I'm looking to do. I want to bless other people what God has blessed me with, and so I'm also learning though, to do that you got to be a good steward. So I'm getting better with money because I used to blow money,
Me and
and
you both.
I'm getting older. Like if you can't handle $10, God's not gonna give you 10 million.
Right. Right.
So I'm working better at like handling money, whatnot.
Investing, and
Yeah,
I think as you get older you really start to realize that a lot of people still don't have that on lock. I don't necessarily know people, but I know people in this world. It's a lot of people out here that just aren't necessarily good with money. So I feel what you mean by that for sure. It's all about investment and making sure that you do the right things with it.
and I'm gonna be straight up because like my parents, like at my church, Dave Ramsey, I believe is his name. He has a program that I guess you could call it a program that he has that I guess it can be found at churches and different community
Hmm.
centers, whatever. It's called Financial Peace University, and it basically sets you up for life. And like my mom had me enrolled in the class, and I would go to the classes when I was younger. And a part of me regrets like not paying attention and not taking advantage of it. But at the same hand, it's like here's what I don't like about people always say, do this, do this, do this, or you can retire a millionaire.
Right.
And my biggest problem with that has always been I don't want to retire a millionaire. I'm trying to enjoy wealth while I'm young. I want to enjoy wealth in my 20s and
Yep.
30s. I don't want to wait till I'm 65 and can't.
Right.
I mean, you work out and take care of your body, but most 9 times out of 10, retiring in your 60s, you can't do and move the same way you did in your
Yep.
20s and 30s.
Yep.
So I never liked the idea of retiring a millionaire. No, I'm trying to live my life as a millionaire. I'm trying to like not even work as a millionaire, but live as a millionaire.
Yep.
So that's what I'm
Definitely.
working to now. Like this whole podcasting thing and like just being a content creator. Like I don't somebody okay, so like I said, I used to play the trumpet. And one thing about me as I got older, I've always had a wonderful work ethic, but if I don't like what I'm doing, I'm not going to give it my all.
That's a
And
fact.
that's what I mean, and that's with most people. But like, if I like I said, deep down inside, I never wanted to play the trumpet, so I like wouldn't practice it, and like I would just blow it off. I remember my band teacher looked me in the face one day. It was a backhanded compliment, but he was like, Zion, you may not be that good at trumpet, but your work ethic is second to none. And that's really true about myself because you like I'm highly intelligent. I'm not. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I am. But like, you may be smarter than me. You may be better than me. But if I really like what I'm doing,
You're not gonna
you're not
outwork
gonna
me.
outwork me.
Yep.
I got that
That's a
Kobe
fact.
Bryant mama mentality. You can be the smartest one in the room, but I'm gonna work harder to the point where I'm gonna blow past you.
That's why I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna mean it. As far as rap goes, nobody has ever out rapped me on any of my songs. And if you feature me on your song, you're gonna get out rapped 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. I'm gonna outwork you.
Right.
I'm gonna outwork you.
And
You know
that's
what I'm
how it
saying?
should be. And
So
I'm low key.
it's not even me being cocky,
I feel
honestly.
that. And it's like I don't want to say I regret it because I wish I would have got into podcasting sooner because
Yeah,
I do believe that by the time, if like right here and now, I think that we'd be further than we are. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy with being wrong. We're talking about this before we recorded. Even, we started a couple months ago and we never thought we would get this far.
facts.
I'll be honest, we not the biggest podcast. We only got like 50 followers on Instagram, I think. And we ain't even got, hundreds of thousands of views on our episodes or whatnot. But what the community that we have cultivated, I'm happy because I didn't think that was possible. I was doubting
Hmm.
like people not even gonna listen. Like what like for real, it was a few times when I wanted to stop. Like
Yeah,
after like 5, 6 episodes, like I don't even want to do this no more. The views is not popping, but I'm learning like you got to be patient because it's
Yeah.
all in God's timing, you know. So it's like this may not be our season, but a month from now, you know, I was talking to a podcast producer slash mentor the other night, and I was saying like, because I'm starting to get my confidence up with this podcast and whatnot. I'm saying it's like no cocky stuff, but we got the content.
Yeah.
He was like, he even told me like, you're an anomaly because you're first of all, the content is fire, the sound quality is fire, like everything about it is fire. And
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, I know. And he was just like, you just need that one thing. And I was like, that's exactly what I be thinking. Like all it takes is for that one person to listen.
Right.
You know, that one person to be like, I heard this, and then they pass it to somebody else, pass it to Charlemagne or something, and then we there.
Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
learning like it's all about seasoning.
Hmm.
See, like being in the right season when it's time for you to, you know, be in that
Yeah,
season.
man. And it's crazy that you say that. Yo, it's crazy because literally last month, I'm not gonna put a name on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who it was that I was talking to, but I've talked to somebody who for years has definitely inspired me to become the musical artist that I am today. And you know what I'm saying? I've had a conversation with him and I've had a conversation with his manager. And I never really thought that I would get that experience, and I never really thought that I would ever come across talking to him. So it definitely is in the right season, in the right time. And to even be able to have him reach out to me is just it's honestly crazy to me, because like I said, never in a million years would I have thought that they would hit me up, and then they even was talking about going on tour with me. So it's just like, man, like, and this is a dude that got platinum records. This is a dude that collabed with people like Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Logic, you know what I'm saying? It's not just a small artist. This is like, one of them ones. And it's just like, for me to even be able to have an opportunity like that is just, it's a blessing. So I definitely feel what you're saying. It is all about timing. It's all about getting the right people to listen to you, and talent and things like that take time. Success takes time. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's funny that you mentioned success because you know that's another thing I wanted to touch on. Like, you know, for me, I don't believe in the road to success because me personally, I don't think that success is a destination.
Hmm.
I think that the wealthiest people, and even take the money out of it, the most successful people you know, and you know people who are just really go-getters,
Yep.
they never really it's a road of success, not to success, because you should always achieve greater because you don't want to be like, okay, I reached success, okay, now I'm done. You should always like, okay, what's the next frontier, you
Yep.
know? You
Yep.
know what, we started a podcast, now what can we do? Last week we was talking about, you know what, let's start, like, once we get popping, let's start producing podcasts, let's turn this into
Yeah.
a business, you know.
Yeah.
We
For
may not
sure.
always want to do this, but you know what, we can give other people game,
Right.
you know.
And I definitely, I feel that, man, because like you said, bro, there was definitely a point in time where I was just like, my music, um, man, these numbers is whack. And I was really like, I was pooping on myself. I was like, yo, these numbers is whack. Like, am I good enough? What's going on? But
Right.
it's really just you sticking with it. If you really want something in life, and if you really want that to be the thing that's gonna take you off, man, you got to really work towards it. You can't just, and like you said, because me and you before this, we both agreed that, like, yo, there was a point in time where this podcast, we was like, yo, I'm not even gonna. I didn't necessarily say that to you,
Right.
and you didn't necessarily say that to me. But me and him, we both definitely had that feeling where it's like, man,
Like we wasted our
dude, right?
time.
We wasting our time with this. But It's the same thing with my music. Like, I was just like, yo, eventually this is gonna take off, man, because now I got over 10K listeners that that listen to me,
Exactly. Yeah.
and getting daily players, and people that just like listen to me because of the fact that they rock with my music and they rock with my messages. And I've even had people come to me and tell me that I've made them cry. So to even hear those type of words, it's just like, man, you know what I'm saying? And to even get somebody like that you was talking to even reach out to
Right.
us and give game to us, it's just like,
And you know, like I was just saying, God's timing, because I was at work and like I don't I don't really do much at work. I work
right,
security. I sit at
right,
a desk all day. So I took some quiet time just to sit there and pray and just like, God, like, what do you, just talking with him, you know, like, what do you want for me? What's the next move? And then I saw this post on Facebook like, hey, I'm looking to help out some podcasters, giving you tips and whatnot. I've been in the game 10 plus years. So I'm like,
yeah,
God
right,
send, bro.
right. So yeah, I definitely feel that, bro. And I definitely do. I want to talk about, home, my vocal teacher, because I don't think I even said anything to him or about him. I'm gonna shout out all of my vocal teachers actually. Definitely my first vocal teacher ever. Um, Shout out to Mr. Edgerton. That was my first one. I don't necessarily, of course, he's had a huge impact, but as far as the person being the most impactful, shout out to Mr. Nathan Salter. That is my guy. He's definitely locally known about around Buffalo. So shout out to him, man. I hope that you're doing good. I hope you're in great spirits. I haven't talked to him in years actually, but I was definitely one of his vocal students, and a couple of people that went to performing arts with me were actually some of his vocal students as well. So as far as him training me to be the vocal, the artist that I am today, he definitely played a big part in that. Shout out to Mr. Davis, Miss Saxon, Miss Knight. Man, what is her name? I'm not even going to embarrass myself like this. I can't remember her name, but she was my vocal teacher for senior year. Mr. Jones, definitely shout out to Mr. Jones. He was one of my favorites. Actually, I was the top vocalist. Not the top vocalist. I was in the top vocal class in the school, and there was only a select few students, and it was called resonance. So
Don't water
he
yourself down. Do you feel like he was the top vocalist?
uh I think I was one of them, definitely for
Okay,
sure.
say that.
Yeah,
Say
for
that then.
sure.
Say
Yeah.
that with your chest.
um, you know, so just having that type of support behind me, and just having those resources are definitely great as well, and having those people mentor me. So, but definitely having mentors and somebody behind you in order to you know what? I'm gonna put his name out there, y'all. I talked to Joyner Lucas manager and all of that. Shout out to Drew if you watching this, man. You definitely gave me some great game, and I'm glad that I even got connected with you, man. It's crazy. I got a lot of blessings coming my way. We both got a lot of blessings coming our way, man.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
I definitely had to just shout them out, man, because you guys have all been a part of my journey, and even the people on our podcast supporting us. I don't even think we give enough credit to
We
the
don't. I
supporters,
be
bro.
feeling like the people that listen to us faithfully
Facts.
every week,
Facts, man.
you
Like
know,
we,
like
this,
I be going through our analytics. Shout out like Cleveland, Detroit, and like everybody that listens
yeah,
across the country because it's
yeah.
not just Buffalo, it's not just New
It ain't
York,
even just the United
it's not just the
States.
United States,
It's
Puerto
other
Rico,
countries, bro.
Russia, the UK,
Yo,
Russia.
it's
I don't know how y'all
crazy.
listening, but stop. No, no, don't stop listening. Stop what y'all doing. Anyway,
Honestly,
but like we
it's
saying, like
shout out
around
to
the
the
world,
supporters,
people hearing
man.
our voices.
That's a fact, man. You guys are definitely the sole reason why other than us being consistent and persistent about this, you guys are another sole reason on why we're even continuing to do this. So
And you want to know what else I want to say while we on this? Like, shout out to Griselda Records. Nah, they ain't reached out to us or nothing like that. But Griselda people always be like, oh, what did Benny the Butcher or what did West Side Gun do for the city of Buffalo? I don't care if they don't ever put a dime into the city or put like no type of food drives or nothing. What they did, I'll tell you what they did for me personally. Being a young black kid on the east side of Buffalo. Benny grew up, he talk about Montana Ave all the time. That's like 15 minutes from the house I grew up at.
right,
If they didn't do nothing else, they showed me, a young black kid on the east side of Buffalo, that you can make it out of here.
definitely, bro,
You
definitely.
don't got to go to L.A., New York, Chicago, wherever, no big city to make it
Yo,
out. You could be right here in Buffalo, and if you got talent and consistency and
facts, bro.
determination, you can make it out.
And when people tell y'all, I hate it when I really, really, really hate it when people say, and I'm not gonna lie, I might even be a hypocrite right now. I don't know the last time I've said this, but now that I really, see that, now that that you just said that, I don't like it when people say, people don't ever make it out of Buffalo. People don't ever make it out of this place or that place. You gotta go to LA, and you gotta go to these big places in order to make it big. And especially with the music scene, bro.
Peep game. Because a lot of people don't know this about Buffalo. Buffalo not just known for chicken wings. Rick James came from Buffalo.
Yep.
Brian McKnight came from
Yep.
Buffalo. If you're into jazz, Grover Washington Jr. He
Hmm.
came from Buffalo.
Yep.
The Is it the Goo Goo Dolls or the Pussycat Dolls? Some rock band came from Buffalo.
Hmm.
There's a multitude of actors that came from Buffalo, and I was
Yeah.
surprised because they don't never say nothing about us. Like, I don't know if y'all remember this TV show called Bones, but the male lead, his name is David Boreanaz or something like that. He's from Buffalo. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you remember Dale from the first season, the old guy. He's from Buffalo.
Yeah, man.
It's so many famous people from here, so you can make it out. Like, we
Yo,
talking to Buffalo right now.
I don't
You
care if
can make it
you're
out.
I don't care if you from Little Rock, Arkansas. You can make it out. It don't matter where you are, bro. You just gotta have the talent. You gotta have the perseverance. You gotta have the consistency. You gotta have all of that, man. It don't matter where you are, who you are, what you are. You know what I'm saying? You can always make it out, bro. There is no limit to what anybody that is listening to us right now can do on this earth.
It's a, it's a
Anything.
it's a saying that I really love. It was my Twitter bio for years. I don't even know if it's still up there. People always say the sky's the limit, but the quote is, "Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon."
Yep. Yep.
Don't let nobody limit you. It's not impossible until it's proven it's impossible. So ain't nothing impossible.
That's a fact, man.
And you know what? If I trying not to like be kind of religious on here just to respect people, but I love my God and I'm gonna shout him out every time. And my God told me nothing is impossible with him.
Yep. That's a fact, man. Um, we don't like I said, we don't get religious, but I definitely do believe in God as well, and I feel like he has a journey for me, man, and he's also another one of the sole reasons I feel like we don't give him enough credit on this show either, even though we ain't trying to get religious, because I don't
Yeah,
know.
but we definitely gonna start though, because we gonna
Yeah,
start, with everything we got going our way, we gonna start glorifying God, because ain't none of this is possible without him.
right. Whatever God y'all worship, we ain't even just talking about our God. We talking about whatever God
Now I'm
anybody.
talking about my God. I believe
Right.
in one true God. I
I
ain't
feel
trying. I
that.
don't like feeling it, but I believe in Jesus Christ. I
I feel
believe
that.
that He walked. He was. Look, I'm a
Yeah,
Christian
man.
all the way.
That's a fact. Whatever God, yeah, like I said, like we both said, we do worship God, but if it's any Chinese folk out here, for the Buddha, or anybody else, that whoever you guys worship, man, it's just always give your God and whatever you worship credit, man, because like I said, man, you guys can do anything that you put your mind to. There's no limit. One of my favorite quotes is from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What is it? If you can't walk, no, if you can't crawl, then
Walk.
walk. If
If
you
you
can't
can't
walk,
walk,
then
run.
run. If you can't run, then fly. But whatever you do, never stop
Keep
moving
moving.
on.
Yeah,
Never stop moving.
that's the.
It's something like that. If I got the quote wrong, my bad. I just know it's something similar to that, but it's always stuck with me.
And that's life. You gonna get
Yep,
knocked down.
all the time, man.
Like I said, I like to be transparent with y'all. Like the past couple of weeks, I felt knocked down. Like just the things I got going on. But it's like, you
Right.
know what? I can't. I can't give up. I can't stop moving.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I definitely, I definitely have empathy for, now I wouldn't say everybody on this earth, but a lot of people on this earth, because a lot of people can relate to this struggle, and a
Right.
lot of people can empathize with us, because I know a lot of people that are listening to us might even be able to relate to this episode, and this episode ain't even out yet. But when it does come out, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to empathize with us, and feel the way that we feel and put themselves in this position, even though they're not us. A lot of people can definitely relate to this.
And I'm glad that we saying it, a
Yeah,
19 and 20-year-old, because a lot of times I'll even admit, my parent, like I've said before, my parents were when I grew up, my parents were in their 50s. My parents had me late in life. So a lot of things that they would say, or even other older people around me, I wouldn't take heed to, because they older, or they don't live in my world or whatever. And some of the things, yeah, it was kind of like subjective to how they grew up, and things weren't
yeah,
the same. But for a lot of things they said, it's better coming from us, since we like,
yeah,
it's different when you hear it from a 20-year-old as opposed to a 50-year-old saying it,
yeah.
because that's somebody who can more closely relate with what you're going through. So
Right.
to the people that's our age out there, like, listen to this, all right? I know it's not one of the the funny or covering pop culture topics or whatever, but I really hope that y'all listening to the full hour, or we might even go beyond, because I'm really feeling this conversation.
That's a fact.
So just like Norm said, don't stop moving, like, and don't be afraid of failure. Because I'll be honest, my dad used to say that all the time. He used to be like, Zion, I think you're afraid of failure. And I used to be like, what? No, I'm not. But low key, I realized it out myself. I am. And that held me back from a lot of
A
stuff.
lot of things, because you know what it is. If you, man, these Jesus Christ. But back to what we were saying. If you guys heard that, our apologies. But um, if you let's put it like this. Let's make it metaphoric. If you have a basketball, um, who can I even say? Yeah, I remember that game. I'm pretty sure it was back in 2017 or 2018 finals, one of the two. I remember J.R. Smith having a ball and he didn't shoot it. He had a look and he didn't take the shot, and it was for them to win the game. Could have won the
Oh
game, but
yeah,
he
because
didn't.
he thought they was up.
And
I remember.
LeBron was tight. He was tight.
Mhm.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you have the ball, bro, and you got a clean look, or even if you don't have a clean look, don't ever be scared to shoot that ball, bro.
Kobe used to shoot balls with 2, 3 people in
Yeah,
his face.
don't
If you got
ever
the chance, take it. I don't care if
take your
people in your
chance.
way. Take that shot.
Take your chance, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you got a girl that you want, and you scared to try to get at her, man, shoot your shot. Ladies, if you got a guy that you've been eyeing, shoot your shot. If you got a job that you've been trying to get, but you don't think you're gonna get that position, doesn't matter. Shoot your shot.
I'm glad you said
You
that
miss
because
99%. You miss 100% of
100%
the
of the
shots
shots you
that you
don't
don't
take.
take.
I'm glad you said that about the job because a lot that's something I hear about a lot is like people be like, "Oh, I'm not qualified or I'm not this, I'm not that." Go ahead and apply
That's a fact.
because even like you may not be
I
qualified,
got a
but
story for that too.
we
Go
talking
ahead.
about the modern world right now. It's such a work shortage. They really if you willing to work, they
Yeah,
gonna make sure you qualify.
that's a
You
fact.
know,
Zion will literally vouch for me on this, and he'll tell y'all about, I want to say, one or at least 2 months ago. I want to say I was on Indeed and I was looking up youth advocate jobs, and I kept applying and I wasn't getting callbacks. I wasn't getting no emails back. I wasn't getting nothing back until I applied for this one job. Shout out to my job. I ain't gonna put the name out there, but
yeah, don't tell
shout
them
out
where
to
you.
my job. You know, I'm a certified youth advocate now, which is very, very amazing to me. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. A couple of weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, maybe, um, I went in and I had to give her like my banking information and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And I was talking to her and she told me, you know what, Norman, let me tell you something. I wasn't gonna tell you this, but I think this would definitely, inspire you and at least give you a boost. And I said, all right, let me hear it. So she tells me, she said, she started off and she said, when you walked in here and when we read your resume and when we saw how old you were, Norman, we were not going to take you. But you want to know something? I fought for you. And this is why I appreciate her. She said, I fought for you. She said, this company is exactly what we need. Somebody young and somebody that can resonate with these kids. And you know what I'm saying? And she said that she walked and she saw that I dressed differently. And she seen that I painted my nails black. And she said that she saw that I wasn't afraid to be who I was. So it's just like, even when I really wasn't getting the cards back, and when I was tight. Cause I really wanted to work with these kids. I really wanted this job so bad, bro. I was applying for these jobs for months. And then when I finally got accepted, and to even hear this story that she was telling me, she said that she was in a room with her coworkers, and her coworkers was really sitting there trying to tell her like, "Nah, we're not gonna take him." But that woman fought for me, bro. So shout out to her, man, because I wouldn't even have this job if it wasn't for her, and if it wasn't for me. And I give a lot of props to myself, consistently trying to get these jobs,
Mhm.
working as a youth advocate, bro, because it's hard. People want a lot of people don't really realize that youth really does resonate with youth. If you got a 40-year-old,
Right. So they be trying to be like, oh, you gotta have a bachelor's degree. You gotta
facts,
have like 10 years of experience working
bro,
with kids.
bro, you know, bro, I would want a freaking 22-year-old teacher over a 50-year-old teacher
Right.
every single time. And I don't care, I don't care what class it is. I'm always gonna want the younger teachers because they can always relate with us a little bit better. I had a teacher named Miss Elliott. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is a little personal. Eighth grade, I did not graduate I did not graduate junior high. I didn't graduate. And I was a couple points. I was never good at math, y'all. Never good at math. And my ELA teacher, Miss Elliott, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but if you do, shout out to you, man. I was so angry with myself. I was so depressed. I see my friends dressing up for graduation, and they was just like, they was asking me, they was like, when's your graduation day? And I was so embarrassed. I didn't even want to say anything about it, man. And
Mhm.
she wrote a letter to me, and I still have that letter put up in my keepsake. She said, um, I realized that right now you might be a little angry, but I was in your position too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And you see, I'm a teacher now. I'm teaching these kids. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, when I was around your age, I didn't graduate the eighth grade either. And she was just telling me that she could really relate to me and resonate with me on that. And when I got that note, it was a lot more stuff in there. I'm not gonna speak on it because it was a little personal, but
Mhm.
to have somebody like that and to just have somebody behind you and have people that support you, it's always just great, man. So it just showed me that, like I said, man, no matter what, and like we've been saying, don't ever stop moving on. It doesn't matter what setbacks. If anything, setbacks are a positive thing. I think people look at setbacks as a negative thing, but me personally, I look at mistakes and I look at when you fall down, I look at those as positive
It,
things.
it may be a cliche, but what's that? Setbacks are just a setup for something better. I think
Yep,
that's
I
the
think
think
that
that's
I
the
think that
phrase.
is what it
Yeah,
is. But yeah, y'all. Me personally, I've always looked at as at negative things and not even negative things. I don't want to say that. I've always looked at setbacks
setbacks.
as positive things. A couple of months ago, actually, I was sending my album out to everybody, and y'all know I'm already knowing some of y'all. I promote the crap out of my music, and like I send it to multiple group chats.
Yo, Norm will send me the link to the album in my Facebook DM, Instagram,
Yeah,
Snapchat,
Snapchat
text it to
messages.
me, then text it to the group chat that I'm in with him, then text it to the two other group chats that I'm in with
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I was promoting my stuff, and I had a couple of negative messages, but one of them stood out to me. Um, there was this guy, and um, I sent him my album on Snapchat. I was sending everybody my album. I was so excited to put it out. There were so many different sounds on it. It contained like so many different genres of music, and I sent it to him, and I sent it to like hundreds of people. But I'm gonna just point him out in specific. I don't even know the dude, but you know I sent it to him, and the message that I got back, he said, "Yo, I'm not listening to this whack a music," and I was just like, I didn't want to be negative, but I was just like,
Mhm.
yo, like, don't knock it till you try it, bro. I was staying positive, and he was just like, bro, I could just look at you and tell that you suck, but he didn't unfriend me.
Right.
So I just left him on open. I just said, you know what, it's okay. If he wants to spread positivity, I'm gonna let or negativity, I'm gonna let him do that. So a couple of weeks go by, and I post a snippet. I post a snippet of a song on my story, and you know, he texted me. He slid up on my story, and he was like, "Yo, like, he was just like, yo, this is so dope, bro. Like, that this is amazing, and like just praising me."
Mhm.
And I was just like, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't even open the message. I know that y'all could say that that's negative or whatever. I do want to spread positivity, but I ain't even open the message because I'm just like, how you hating on me, and now how you was hating on me, and now you trying to praise my music. So it was just like, that type of situation that just kind of gave me a boost too, because it's just like the haters is the same ones that's always watching. Your
So
haters is always gonna watch.
speaking on what you just said about like you not like snapping back at the dude when he said your music was trash, like it's another MLK quote. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. So you easily could have
Yep.
been like, well, you know what, MFU, you don't listen in or whatever, but you
Right.
didn't. You like, you know what, I'm gonna post a snippet now.
Facts. Facts.
But going back to what you said about the lady who was fighting for you, growing up, my mom used to pray every single morning.
Mhm.
And one of the prayers, when she would pray for me specifically, she would always just pray for favor and praying that like even in the future in job interviews or like whenever like that people would see my name and it would just pop out at them and that they would have favor. I mean that I would have favor and that for some reason that they would like just favor my name. So it was
Yeah.
like it's dope hearing you tell stories like that because it's like, you know, I've had situations like that happen to me too. And your mom pray for you too, but
All the
I'm sure
time. Yeah.
those she's had those same prayers for you. But it's funny, like sometimes, your blessings and your anointings can rub off on other people.
Yeah.
Like I'm around Norm every single day.
For real. Literally.
Well, most days. 7 days a week. I'm around him at least 5 or 6 days.
For
I'm
sure.
just like we gonna try and keep it a
Even if
hundred
we
with
don't
y'all.
physically see each other, we'll text. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Text or call. So it's like, the blessings that's his blessings flowing off me that I'm getting that he's getting. It's stuff
Yeah.
flowing off of him that I'm getting. So,
Right.
it's like just it's important who you have around you.
Yeah. Definitely, man. For sure. And it's just like I said, y'all, it's just a matter of never stopping, man. It's just a matter of grinding and doing grinding for what you want specifically, and it's just a matter of how much you want it. Like, how much do you want this to work out? How much do you how what are you going to do in order to make this work? How hard are you going to work to make this work? You know what I'm saying? It's just those type of questions that you need to answer. And it's just back to me dating back to what this whole conversation was about, back to me being a kid. Like I said, man, I really just want to thank my mom and to all of the people that have helped me on this journey of really settling on what I want to do in my life, because if it wasn't for them, I really wouldn't be here right now, man. I could have been a freaking dude that was trying to play basketball.
Yo,
And
really, like when I pray, I'm definitely gonna thank God for my parents because in a city like Buffalo, we easily, me and you, dude, when the dude said we're an anomaly, he was talking about the podcast, but I'm thinking like even he don't know our circumstance. So even like in Buffalo, like
yeah,
me and you could easily be somewhere on the corner sagging, giving some kids some drugs to sell,
that's a fact,
or
bro.
living, not have nothing
And
going,
I
just living in somebody's basement,
yeah,
having six baby mamas or not.
and not recording this podcast because of all of the tragedies that have been going on.
Right.
This is actually even not even just that shooting, but Buffalo. And just in case y'all didn't know, it is like a very very violent city.
Yeah,
And I
we
want to say
have
that not even Buffalo in general, but the east side, and some other sides too, but Buffalo in
mainly,
general,
yeah.
I think it is like one of the
Buffalo is one
most
of the most
crime has
dangerous
one of the
cities
most
in the
highest crime
US.
rates. Yeah. So even when stuff like that is happening, we still find a way to block it out and record these episodes and record our music and never stop, regardless of the circumstances that we are put up to. So it's just even us having that consistency and us being that inspired to even do this is, I give props to us too. We don't give enough props to
For
ourselves either.
ourselves, right?
You
Had
know
that
what I'm saying?
Snoop Dogg moment. I want to thank. Okay, let's be real for a minute. First of all, I know my dad's listening to this, so Dad, I want to say I love you for always pushing me to be greater. And even when, even I don't think that like you didn't know, but even when I wasn't feeling too good about myself, I'm finna start crying. You always whew.
Let it out, bro.
Yeah, Mom. I'm gonna be straight up. We always had our issues. I love my parents, man.
That's a fact.
They always pushed me to be greater. When I wasn't feeling too good about myself, my parents pushed me to the next level, and I never stopped moving. And it's because of them. I love them, man. Norm, you didn't have to do this podcast with me. I love you, bro.
Love you too, brother. Love you
Like,
too.
I'm just like really thinking about like the blessings I have. Like, Madison, I love you. The way you pushed me, everybody in my life, like it's a million of y'all, but like I just want to say everybody that's close to me, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart.
Mm,
Like I wouldn't be who I am today without the people closest to me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that, man. Like I said, y'all, I really just want to thank, obviously, first off, I want to thank God, who's my father and the head of my life. I definitely want to thank my real dad and obviously my mom too, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even be where I am today. Um, I want to thank myself. I really want to take the time to thank myself because, you know, even with, like I said, even with all of these things that I deal with on a regular and on a day to day and daily basis, I've still found a way to really attain that drive and maintain consistency and just staying away from things that are detrimental towards me. Um, I also like to thank my siblings, especially my brother Mikey. My big brother has always supported me and you know, but it's just like and obviously my sister Janaya too. I know me and you don't always see eye to eye, but I love and appreciate every single one of y'all, man. So it's just like, I appreciate you too, brother. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Me and Zion, like, we done came a long way, man. We done came a long way. You good, bro? We done had our family in general. Our family has always had our differences and things of that nature, and it's just like seeing where we have came today and still seeing that we're able to do these things that we do is just it's always amazing, man. So in order to just maintain these things and attain this consistent nature and just maintain this positive outlook on life, and even maintaining this podcast, and me juggling music and me juggling school, and just even having that drive with all of these things going on. Like I said, y'all, we are college students. We college students. We doing a podcast. I'm a musical artist. I'm a youth advocate. We got to go to work,
Right. We
and we
working on top of
juggling.
that.
We juggling this stuff, and yet we still getting it done. We still knocking it out the way. We still doing this, and we still doing that. So I know one of these things is gonna pop off. Even if it ain't my music, it could be this
This
podcast. Even if
podcast.
it ain't this
If it ain't your
podcast, it could be
podcast, it
my
could be
my
the
cooking.
music.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it doesn't matter, bro. There are no limits to what me and you are gonna do. There are no limits to the people that believe in themselves and that they want to maintain, what they want to maintain in life. There's no limits to what you guys are gonna do.
Absolutely.
Anybody listening to this, there is no limit to what you guys are gonna do in life. If you really want to take this thing serious, and if you really want what you want, and if you really desire what you desire, there's no limit. There's never a limit. Life has no limits. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as perfect. But there's obviously something that's perfect to it, or that's close to it.
Damn close.
Facts, bro. So it's just like, you know, never, even if right now you got people that are listening, and that are ever gonna see this episode. Even if you have negative things going on in life, don't ever let those negative things stop you from what you're doing. Ever.
Steve Harvey got I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he was saying if you're going through hell right now, keep going, because why would you stop in hell?
Yep.
Don't stop in hell. If you, hey, look, me and Norman both been out to look. I don't want to. Okay, I don't know if Norman want to share. I'll share with y'all. There's been times when I've had suicidal thoughts.
Mm,
I've struggled with mental health sometimes,
facts.
but
Same.
I've always kept in mind like this ain't it. The grass gonna be greener on the other side, or something got to give. It ain't
Yeah.
always gonna be this way.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Also, before I even go any further, baby, I'm sorry I did not shout you out. I'm not gonna lie, it kind
Oh,
of flew
you
out
in
my mind.
trouble.
But I really do want to shout out to my girlfriend, man. We've been rocking strong for 8 months, and I hope that it goes on more. I see longevity with this woman, man, and I've gained a relationship with her brother. I've gained a relationship with her mother. I just met her older brother today. When I was over there, I was helping y'all clean out y'all basement, man. So it's just like, I really, really want to give a special shout out to my girl, bro. Really, because overall, when me and her first met, she can tell y'all. I swear to God, I probably was in one of the worst, you know, mental cases that I've ever been in my whole life.
Mhm.
I've never had therapy, and I think as us being in this black community, I do think we should seek therapy more. But
So absolutely.
um, she was kind of like my drug, but in a good way. It was just like when I was going through these things, I just couldn't get enough of her. Um,
I'm glad. I'll keep going. Keep
yeah,
going. I don't want to cut
yeah,
you
it's
off.
just like she, man, I I can't say, I can't even say enough of positive things about this woman, y'all. Y'all don't know what she's done for me, what she's been for me, and what she's been to me. She's been a friend. She's been family. She's been my girl. Obviously, she's been a mentor. She's been so much for me. When I felt like nobody else was here, she was there, man. So big shout out to you, baby girl, and I love you.
I'm so glad you said that, because that took me to like me and Madison. Like, so y'all always hear me talk about Madison, and like me and Madison went to kindergarten together.
Mhm.
Didn't see each other for a few years. Then we got found each other again in this program called Buffalo Prep.
You better give us props, me and
Then we
Janaya.
didn't see. Okay, everybody want to take uh you and Shelby, Janaya. Y'all swear y'all put us together. I don't even know who gets credit for it. But anyway, after Buffalo Prep, we didn't see each other for a few years.
uh,
Come to find out, we got the same piano teacher.
mm,
And I remember I was moving out of town, and it was the summer of 2018, and Shelby and Madison went to the same school. And so Shelby, which I never got on her for that, gave Madison my contact information without my permission, which Shelby don't do that no more. Uh but yeah, me and Madison became like best friends. And I remember I was in high school. And I had never had like a serious relationship. Like it was girls that I had talked to, quote unquote. But I would like I prayed to God, like, I want you to send me somebody that's not just for like not for the I don't want nobody just so I'll be like, oh, I'm in a relationship. I want somebody that you can send me that I'm gonna have longevity with. Not just something real. That's what I want. I always wanted something real. Even at a young age, like I'm not into dating for fun or dating to like, oh, we gonna break up in a few years or whatever. I'm like, say what
And
you
then
want,
to
call
be
me
in it,
crazy.
facts
I'm really trying to date somebody right now at my young age
to
that I
marry.
can marry. So,
Mhm.
I don't want to put too much of our information out there, but we going through something right now. But prior, but all aside of what we may have going on right now, I just want to say, like you shouted out to right, like Madison, you came to me as a gift from God. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You've done more for me than I can ever thank you for. You literally, there's been days when I've just felt defeated, but you've put a smile on my face. You've taught me so much. I've learned from you. I've laughed from you. We've laughed together. We've shared magical moments together. So I just want to say thank you for that, and I love you. Um, yeah, this episode, I love this.
I like
You
this
speak
episode too.
speak from your heart, bro. What else you
This
got to
actually
say?
might be one of my favorites. Um, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. These ever since I want to say last year, this through in a 1 year time span, I've had so many things happen. I've lost people physically. Um, like some people have passed on. I've lost friends. Um, not literally, but like I'm no longer friends with them. I've lost a lot of
Right.
people, and honestly, I feel like I don't want to say it's for the better because I really do miss some of those people. I won't put a name on it, but I really do miss some people. Um, some people I've lost due to my own mistakes, and due to just me being, I don't know, man. I just feel like there was a time where I was very, very vulnerable emotionally, and I think a lot of people did take advantage of that, but I kind of let them, and it just sucks. But what I will say is that even with all of that stuff going on, and even with me having such a tough year, I've been able to, kind of display that through my talent. And like I said, I do want to give God props, man, because God has given me this talent. God has really, 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 gave me a beautiful gift, man. I'm really, really excited, guys. I got a electric guitar today, and I plan to really, really buckle down on learning this whole guitar thing, like for real, for real. Like I know how to play a little bit, but I'm really trying to buckle down on learning how to play it. I've had very, very long thoughts, like I said, and obviously this is very, very relatable for everybody on if I really want to take some things in life serious. But as far as me just being, a musical artist, as a whole, I'm really starting to take this serious, and I've been taking it serious. But I've collabed with people from out of the country. I've collabed with people that don't even live here in Buffalo. Um, and y'all, for these past couple of years, I have put out 7 bodies of work. 7 bodies of work, y'all. I've put out 7 bodies of work, and it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a catalog of over 70 songs, 7 bodies of work. So it's just like having that consistency and having that drive and determination to do what you want to do in life. When, like I said, and I know I've kind of been repetitive with this, but even when I've had all of these things going on, losing all of these friends, and having the tough year that I did. Matter of fact, not even since 2021, but since 2020, when we went into COVID, and when we saw all of these black folk out here just dying just like every single day, and just seeing this first-handedly,
Mhm.
nobody will ever know the struggle of being a young black male, or a young black woman, or a black person in general, or a person, a minority. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And having to do what you have to do in order to make it out in this world. Nobody will ever know the struggle. Matter of fact, let me put it like this: nobody will ever know the struggle of being somebody that's a part of the youth. All of these old heads, I'm sorry, no disrespect to any of the old heads out here that are listening, but you guys will never know the struggle of what me and the rest of my youth have went through for these past couple of
It's like
years.
we said in our last episode, y'all had your own set of issues, but I feel like this generation Z, I just feel I don't know, and maybe it's because I'm in this generation. And granted, I'm not trying to take away from what y'all went through in the civil rights movement, especially if you lived in the South. But I feel like I hate to say it like this, but I feel like we really are like the most challenged generation. If you feel what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like
I feel that.
just trying to navigate, because like the world changed so much right around the time we were being born. We born like the .com era, like when the internet was starting to take off. So it's like you may have your like I feel like older people growing up, they had their problems out in the world, but you can come home and it was over with. You was at home.
Yeah,
Now you got social media, so it's like you may not even go to the problem. The problem comes to you. You turn on TV and see, 10 people just got killed, 5 minutes from where you stay at,
yeah.
or the police just kneeled on a black man neck for eight
It's
minutes and 40 seconds,
it's inevitable.
46.
And let me say this: there are some uh there are some people that didn't even know about any of these mass shootings. There are some old people that live by themselves that don't watch TV, that literally just go on about their day, that just chill, that just watch The Price is Right, and then go cook and then do this and do that, and that haven't even been exposed to any of these mass shootings or any of the violence that has been going on in this world. Mind you, we are the youth. We you know what I'm saying? We watch TV. We be on TikTok. We be on Twitter. We be on Facebook. We be on Instagram. We be on our video games. Like you said, last year or a couple years ago when George Floyd died, you was playing Call of Duty and you couldn't even play Call of Duty without
Right.
seeing something like that. So it's literally like we are being exposed to these things. I don't none of y'all. I know y'all. Like y'all had the storm. I don't even remember what year it was, but
Oh my god,
bro,
Buffalo.
y'all
Talking
literally.
about the older
Oh
people.
my gosh,
Do not bring up the Blizzard of
bro.
77 no more.
We were in quarantine. We were distant from our friends. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, it was very tough, and I'm speaking for everybody.
Right.
It was mentally, it just sucked.
Snow melts.
Facts, bro. Snow
Viruses
snow
don't.
is gonna melt. Viruses, you know what I'm saying? Viruses. It's not just like they go away overnight, but it's just like I hate it when people try to compare, oh, we had a storms, or we had viruses and we had sicknesses. You remember when that came out, we had it tough too. This is not a competition. This is literally us saying like nobody will ever understand this struggle me and my fellow
I
youth peers
think
had to go through.
a lot of times older people always try and like, oh, y'all are exaggerating or y'all don't like sometimes, and this not even talking about, older people and younger people. Like when someone's expressing how they feel to you, sometimes just hear their cry.
Facts, bro.
Just be in the moment. Just listen. Some you don't always need to be like, well, I think you should do this. I think, or it'll get like sometimes even a it'll get better isn't necessary. Sometimes we just need to just listen, be a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, and I like what you said there. I'm gonna touch on something, and I'm gonna brighten this conversation up a little bit. I don't know if y'all know Long Beach Griffey, but this reminds me of a video that he did, and I think he was like, when I think the video was titled "When Parents Tell You How Their Walk Was Going to School,"
Right.
and he was like, "Yeah, when I was walking to school, we had to walk on glass barefoot 82 miles just to get to school." Like
Yeah.
it's just little stuff like that. That's just kind of I don't know. It's just funny to me because that really is accurate. Like our parents are literally, my mom and dad literally have told me stories about like how hard it was for them to go to school, and like how, oh yeah, my mom ain't have a car. We ain't have what y'all had. We had to walk in snow. I've had to walk in snow to
We
go
had
to
to
school
walk in
too.
snow too.
Uh, actually, fun fact: both majority of the houses that I have lived at, I've moved around and I've accumulated so many times. I right now where I live, I go to this college. I live close to my college and my high school. I definitely live close to my high school. There were times, and when I went to 89, I lived close to 89. You know what I'm saying? I lived close, and I've only been to three schools. I've been to my college,
Mhm.
I've been to my high school, and I've been to my middle school and grade school and all of that, and that was all in the same school. But what I'm trying to say is there would literally be times where it would be so cold, and I know some of y'all know the struggle of this. You got to walk backwards because the snow is blowing on you,
Right, right.
and your
Y'all,
ears is getting
if you
cold.
look, y'all
I got
down
to
south
walk
listeners,
backwards,
y'all don't know about that.
right?
That walking
That
backwards because the
walking
snow about to
backwards,
freeze
bro.
your
That
face.
walking backwards is crazy. But I think really what I'm just trying to buckle down and say is that with all of those things that have happened to not only me but to the youth community in general. Having all of these things happen to you guys for the past couple of years, I know it's been tough, but um it's never stopped me from moving on, and I hope that it didn't stop y'all from moving on, yo. I've seen some people that have literally matured. There was people, I'm not gonna put a name on him, but bro, you know who you are. If you ever watch this, you know exactly who you are. You know who I'm talking about. He actually got the most changed award back when we had class day for senior year.
Uh,
Bro, he matured so much. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He used to kind of be jerky. He was kind of like a jerk, and not necessarily to me. When I first
yeah.
came to the school, I really didn't see eye to eye with him, but I wasn't just gonna let him punk me around. I don't let nobody punk me around. I don't care who you are, but man, he really changed. Like after we got out of quarantine and after we were starting to be able to go back to school, he got that award, and I was not surprised at all. Everybody said, "Wonder who's going to win most change." None of us were surprised. We all knew who it was going to be. It was going to be him. So even seeing like some of my people, some of the people that I've been around change so much and mature so much, even after we have all of these hardships and hard times, it's always been like so amazing for me to see. Because like right now, like I told y'all, with me getting this job, I've really had to mature, and I feel like I was already mature, but I feel like I've had to do it a lot more.
Mhm.
So it's just like, having a different outlook on life, that can change. That can change in a matter of seconds. That can change in a matter of a day, matter in a couple of hours, so it's just like, I don't even know. I've said it a million times today, but even when you have difficulties in your life, man, like Zion said, if you're in hell, don't stop moving, even if you are in hell, bro, because we've all been there. We've all had
Right.
these tough times, but I really think that that's my main message today. Don't ever let hardships or, negative moments or bad times ever block out what you want to do in life and, what you want to achieve ever.
I'm a shout outs a few more people that I forgot.
Uh,
My emotions done calmed down a little bit now. I can think straight. Did I ever finish my thought about Madison? I don't know if I did. Anyway, Shelby, my sister gave Madison my phone number. Me and Madison became best friends at some point. I won't share the exact story, but at some point there was a kiss shared while we were best friends, and that kind of sparked something. My whole point of saying that was sometimes the secret to finding is to stop searching, because the whole time I'm looking for a girl and I'm praying to God like, well, hey God, like please. And
right.
she's right there. So I want to say once again, Madison, I love you to death. I love you from the deepest parts of my soul. And yeah. But I also wanted to shout out to my brothers and my sisters too, my older siblings. They really like I always tell y'all, my parents were much they were younger when they had well, all my siblings are half siblings. I'll start off by saying that, but my oldest brother's 40 years old. So we didn't grow up in the house together, and we may not be like just the tightest in the
Right.
world as
Right.
far as siblings, but I loved them to death. And all three of them, David, Daryl, Shelby, y'all teach me so much, and I don't I may not acknowledge it, I may not address it, and I know I don't tell y'all this enough, but I love y'all. Y'all have had such a profound impact on my life, and I would not trade y'all for the world. So I
That's a
love
fact.
y'all, David, Daryl, Shelby, from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys to death, and I would do anything for you.
I take a bullet for my siblings and even some of my family members. Maybe not all of y'all, because some of y'all be acting a little fishy.
We was just on a positive note. You was saying this.
Nah, but yeah, on a more serious note though, like yeah, man, I resonate with that for sure. And I think a lot of people resonate with that. Like I said, when it comes to my siblings, and even some family members, I'm not gonna put a name on anybody, but there are some people in my family that are, considered my blood that I don't always see eye to eye with. Janaya has probably been my first best friend before anybody. She was always obviously me and her are a year and a day apart. My birthday is January 22nd, hers
That's
is January
crazy.
21st.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like Papa and Jaya, not literally, but kind of.
Yeah, they year
Um,
apart, but amongst us.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So it's just like Janaya has definitely always been my best friend before anybody. Before I even went to school, she was always teaching me stuff when we was younger. I remember me and her playing around before I played around with anybody else.
Right. Shout out
Um,
Janaya too, because I
Yeah,
was like I said, okay, so this gonna sound mad crazy. I told you I got four siblings. We were all half siblings. We all have different mothers.
but
So
we
I've
we
shared
low
that
key
before.
siblings too, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I grew up in the house with my mom as an only child,
Yeah,
but I had like going over to Janaya and Norm's house. Those were my
yeah.
siblings.
Them
Like y'all,
early mornings, 5 in the morning.
I
Your
used to
mom
get
used to
dropped
slide
off at like
by,
7 in the morning,
bro.
still dark outside
Still dark, and we would just spend the whole day
the whole
together
day.
watching videos. I remember we would like talk about conspiracy theories and
Conspiracy
Illuminati and
theory,
stuff
right?
like that.
Like these, y'all always hear us talk about like, oh, I'll be like, oh, Norm's not like my brother. Norm's my brother. We
That's a
were
fact.
raised as siblings.
That's a
Janaya
fact.
is my sister. I do anything for both of them.
That's a fact, man. And it's crazy, y'all, because y'all won't believe the how many adventures we've been on
Right.
as far as like coming up right now, bro, to the shopping sprees at
Again,
AAO.
against all blowing 300. Yo, I got paid today. You want to go to the outlet?
Facts, just eat, bro. There's so many stories and there's so many things, y'all, that it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like, like I said, shout out to Zion, shout out to my sister. But like I said, man, more than anything, bro, shout out to God, because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't even be here right
None of
now.
this is
None of us
possible.
would.
One of my favorite, I believe is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you. They're plans for a good future and hope. And it's like that's another thing that keeps me going. It's
Yeah,
like, you know, that's one Jeremiah scripture, but there's another scripture in Jeremiah that says, I knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb.
yeah,
So I know that's like, I know that God got a plan for me. That's another thing. That's like the main thing that
that's a
keeps me
fact.
going. Like this recording in my dad front room. This is a nice front room, dad. I'm not trying to, I ain't saying nothing about your front room, but I know something bigger, bro. I know one day we gonna be in the studio, national
That's a
syndication.
fact, bro. That is a fact. And
You know,
like I said, y'all, we've had so many people reach out to us. Shout out to, matter of fact, another thing, shout out to the people that we've even been on their podcast to
right?
give us a bigger platform. I don't think we say that enough either.
Chronicles of a Virgo. Let's talk about it with Gina Payne. Who else? We've been on a few podcasts, but
That's a
shout out to
fact,
the
man.
people that have allowed us as we new to the game, and y'all have opened up your platform to
Yep,
us and let us tell our
yep.
story.
That's amazing, bro. So it's even seeing like, support coming both ways, it's just like that's always been, a dope concept to me as well. People hitting me up for features that I don't gotta pay for, and me hitting people up for features that they don't gotta pay for, just out of the kindness of my heart. It's it's just little things like that. It's just love being love and support being not accumulated.
I love being loved.
Yeah, it's just like having that connection with people that are just let you do things, just out of love. It's just like I've always appreciated that. People that don't seek to get monetary gain, because there are podcasts that are, that might come our way that are going to be like, well, we'll only let you be on our show if pay up a little bit.
Somebody did. Somebody. And the crazy thing is, they reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you like to be on our podcast?" So I'm like, "Yeah, of course, sure." I didn't even tell you this because it wasn't worth either of our time to have this
Right.
discussion. But it was like, "Yeah, you can. Yeah, we want you on our podcast." I was like, "Sure." Me and Norm will do it. It's like, okay, it's a we asked that all guests pay a $300 fee, and I said,
Shoot.
"Can I ask for what? Like, are like I was like, it was a serious question. I was like,
Yeah.
are we being
Right.
flown to you guys, or are you guys providing food or something?" And they were like, no, it's just like when people like on music, they have to pay to be.
A feature.
You asked me to be on your show.
That's a
I
fact.
didn't come to you.
That's a fact. If you come to me, you
And
better be paying me, if
then
anything.
like there was another person, and this is what I hate about like whether it's business, whether it's please share ideas. There's enough money and enough space out here for all of us because I'm in a Facebook group on I'm in a podcast group on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I posed a question like, "Hey, how do you guys grow your audience?" And someone commented like, "Well, I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but here's one thing that I do." And it's like we are trying to get to the same level.
Right.
There's enough.
It's just
There's
like
300 million
people.
people in the US. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's enough ears for all of us. There's enough money for all of us. So what are you talking about? Oh, I'm not going to give away all my secrets.
Right
Like, I
now,
hate that.
it's just like, if you like let's put it like this. If you are in a room with 20 people and you bake a cake, are you not expecting for some people to ask for a piece?
Right.
It's just like you can't do that, man. You can't be selfish with in life. selfish people are, I don't know, man. I can't get jiggy with those type of people at all.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I like to be transparent with y'all. I used to be selfish, and part of it is because I was, I lived, and it was just me and my mom. So I lived in the house as an only child, so I never really had to share that much. But like
Right.
I'm learning to get out of it, and especially being in a relationship, you learn like you got to put that selfish and that
Yeah.
pride aside.
Yep. Yep. And like with time, going on, you're gonna learn a lot of things, man. Like I said, that's life. That's literally what I said. Learn immensely in order to fulfill everything. So
I love that.
yeah, man, that's a fact. So it's just like, there's just some things in life that a lot of people are just not gonna understand. But there are things in life that that I do understand. And to my knowledge, I wanna use those things, and I wanna just become an overall better person, and just really just achieve what I want to achieve, bro. I promise y'all. I've said this in previous episodes, but I love music so much, and I love recording so much, and doing my thing so much that Zion has been over my house, and I've been recording, and I'll mess up on
If y'all
takes.
don't know, for the people that listen to Norm's music, let me phrase something to you. Norm doesn't have studio equipment.
Yep,
Norm doesn't have a $300 microphone. Norm don't even have the microphones that we're using for this podcast.
facts.
Norm uses a pair of Apple earbuds and goes into his closet and performs his music.
And mix and master
And you would
everything,
not know that if you listen to this man's music.
everything by myself, y'all. Like I just did my first concert just recently, but like what I'm trying to say is that I will literally be in my closet recording my music, and I'll mess up on takes, and I'll be like, nah, I gotta do it again. Mess up on the take, nah, I gotta do it again. Mess up on the take, nah, I gotta do it again. Just trying to get everything, up to what I want it to be.
Right, yelling at himself in the closet.
Facts.
I'm
Like I've never half-assed the song. I swear to God, I never
I
have.
might post some videos of Norm yelling in the closet. No, I ain't gonna post.
Even if you did, man, I wouldn't care. I just want people to understand that like working for what you want, basically, it's never gonna be easy.
It's not.
It's never gonna be easy. I don't even think we've said that today. Working for what you want is not gonna be
It's
easy.
not.
It's never this right here, this podcast is not easy. Like I said, me and Zion have there's been multiple times where like, we've wanted to give up. There's been multiple times where I've wanted to give up with music because I didn't think I was good enough. But I've been practicing. I've been working on my writing. I've been working on being a wordsmith. I've been reading a dictionary. I've been like I just told y'all, bro. I just got a freaking acoustic guitar. It's not even just about me rapping. It's about me being electric guitar. My bad. I already had an acoustic guitar, but me learning how to do these things, and like just learning all of these
Blessings.
things.
Somebody gave you that
Facts,
guitar for
facts.
free.
Shout out to my soon-to-be mother-in-law. Yes, I said that. I'm trying to get jiggy with my girl. Want to marry my girl. That was kind of a lot, but whatever. Cool. But yeah, man, she gave me that guitar, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's just blessings on top of blessings that flow. And I can't thank these people enough, bro. I can't.
So guys, we know this episode was long. Y'all can pause it and come back to it as much as y'all please. But
Yep,
we gonna get out of here because really we could go on and on and on.
that's
But
a
we just
fact.
really wanted to get we like never really sat down
Talked about
and got
ourselves.
like close with y'all.
Yeah,
We always say, "Oh, what up, family?" or "Y'all family," but not we family, y'all. So y'all know about us. We want to know about you. Like I said, guys can always leave us voice messages, even if you don't want us to play it in the episode. You can leave us a voice message and then be like, "Oh, by the way, don't play this." We want to interact with you guys. We love you
for
guys for
sure, man.
listening, for following us on social media, for listening to the people in the UK and Puerto Rico and across
Yeah,
the United States. We love you guys. Shout out to all the Facebook groups that I'm in. I don't even want to, I might forget some, but just shout out to, all the people that have given me tips. Like I said, shout out to the people I mentioned earlier, my mom, my dad, Madison, Norm, Janaya, everybody that's just been an inspiration to me in my life, even outside of this whole podcast thing, just overall been an inspiration to me.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, man. I don't even remember what I had. I had it in my head. I like Zion said, we know this is gonna be a long episode, but just try to reason with us, y'all. Like, oh yeah, I do remember what I was gonna say. This is hands down my favorite episode
Absolutely.
ever that we've ever even put out. We've put out like I think over what 10.
I think we had like 10 or something like that. This might
Yo,
be 10.
shout out to that. Let's give that an applause, bro.
10
10
episodes.
episodes. This is crazy. It feels like just yesterday that we've started.
Right.
So Yeah, man, this is hands down my favorite episode. I think this episode is really gonna resonate with a lot of people because I think of all ages, I think everybody can relate to this.
I want to say one more thing. I know stuff just keep coming to us, y'all. We really like. I'm
Facts.
trying to get out of
Sorry,
here. I'm
y'all.
like, we like the past. Just like I'm almost
Shout out to
finished.
Sienna. Sorry,
um,
y'all.
but if you want to get into podcasting, a statistic I just learned, go ahead and do it because
75% ain't active.
there are, I believe, I forgot the numbers. I think it's like 1.2 million podcasts. 75% are inactive, so you're only competing with like 280,000 people. And I
Yeah.
know that seems like, oh, that's still a lot, but out of like a million people,
Mhm.
you only compete with
Yeah.
280,000.
Yeah, that's
You know,
crazy.
75% are inactive. You know, so they're either inactive or not consistent, or they do episodes every now and then. So just
Do it.
if you want to get into this podcast game, be consistent. You know, like y'all know, a lot of times if me and Norm aren't able to link or we can't do an episode one week, I'll just put out like a little 5 or 10 minutes something saying y'all have a good week.
Facts.
We
I'm gonna
love
start
y'all. Da,
doing
da, da,
that
da.
too.
So yeah, guys, just go for what you want in life. Life is too short. Carpe diem. Tomorrow's not. Seize the day. I forgot the rest of the saying, but seize the day because tomorrow's not promised. So just go for what you want in life.
No Nike, but just do it.
Exactly.
Don't copyright claim us, y'all. Please, Nike,
Right.
please.
With that being said, from the bottom of our hearts, truly, 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 we love every single one of y'all
Every
that's
last one.
listening, the people that are going to listen in the future. You know, be blessed and y'all have a great week.
We love y'all, man. We out.
Peace.
Young Nab, baby.